Have you ever been outside on a windy day? I bet you have. If you have, then you know that what's all around us all the time isn't just nothing. It's air. Now, on a windy day, we can feel the air as it blows on us. Sometimes we can see the air as it blows things around, like our hair or tree leaves. But in day-to-day life, we don't really feel air around us very much. And maybe sometimes we don't realize how strong and powerful air can be. So for today's lesson, we're going to do a little experiment to see how strong is air. So for this lesson, you need a couple of simple materials. You need a plastic bag. I just took this from the grocery store, but you could also use something like this from your kitchen, a Ziploc bag. Any plastic bag should work for you. You also need to have a straw because you need a way to get the air inside the bag. Now the other thing you need is some things to weigh the bag down. So just so we can see, I'm going to use the plastic bag. So I've chosen a couple of things to weigh my bag down. The first thing I chose was a chipmunk dog toy, which my dogs haven't discovered yet, so it's actually in one piece. So there's my chipmunk. I also wanted something a little heavier, so I found this book. So I'm going to test the book. And lastly, I found something really heavy. I found a rock. This was a rock that was actually inside my house, but I could have taken it from outside my house. So there are my objects that I'm going to test with. You can really use anything. You just want things that are different weights. So this is my lightest weight. It doesn't weigh very much in my hand. This one's a little bit heavier, and this one, oh, this one's really heavy. So here's what you're going to do using either of your bags and your straw. And you could use a metal straw if you have those at home instead. So it's really important. You're going to take one of your objects, you're going to put it on top of your bag, and then you need to put your straw in so that you can get air inside that bag, because that's what we're testing. How strong is air? So in order to find out if it will lift up the chipmunk, we need to get air from the outside inside our bag. So the other really important thing is I want to seal up my bag around my straw. So the only way the air can come in is through that one gap in the bag. Then I'm going to hold the straw end up to my mouth and I'm going to blow as hard as I can. And it may take a couple of tries. And I'm going to see, can I lift my chipmunk using only air? How about the book? Could I lift up the book just using the air that I blow out through the straw? What about the rock? That seems way too heavy to me. I don't know. Now, if you don't have, like I said, you can use any kind of plastic bag. Plastic works the best, not paper, because you need to be able to keep the air inside. If you use a grocery bag like this, you want to do the same thing, but you may need to gather the edges around your straw so that there's no openings before you blow into it. And put your object right on top when you're ready to blow into it, and blow into the straw at the open end to try to blow up the bag and see if you can lift the chipmunk or whatever object you're trying to lift. So how strong is air? Well, you're going to need to find out.